Welcome, Canonites, for Halo Canon's guide to the Spartan cores in Halo Infinite. Spartan cores are used to upgrade abilities like thrusters or the grapple shot, and can be found throughout the campaign. As usual, we've divided up the open world into 4 main areas, in addition to Outpost Tremonius. For this guide, we'll hit everything in roughly the order they become available as you play the game. Timestamps for each core are available in the description for reference and if you need specific ones. Starting with Outpost Tremonius, there are 3 Spartan cores available in this area. The first Spartan core can be found just as the level begins. You're unlikely to miss this on a normal playthrough. The next core can be found outside this banished building once you emerge onto the surface of Zeta Halo, along a cliff edge and in the shadow of the crashed frigate. The last core for Outpost Tremonius can be found behind, so to speak, the main base. The crashed frigate's engines are in view to help orient yourself. From there we move into the larger ring environment. The first area has 14 Spartan cores available. The first Spartan core is found southeast of Outpost Tremonius, in this cave beneath a Forerunner structure. Moving over to the western side of the ring, the next core can be found near the small UNSC entrenchment. The next core can be found at the banished outpost Armory of Reckoning. From the southeastern gate, the core can be found within this underground passage. The entrance is normally covered with an energy shield, which can be disabled by destroying this nearby power core. The next Spartan core is found in a smaller banished outpost. To reach the core, enter this lower building and use the underground path to make your way to the other banished building. Within will be the Spartan core. Moving over to the Excavation site on the ring, the first Spartan core here is found on the western edge of the site. The other Spartan core for this area is found on the opposite side of the site. There's the previous core's location, on the upper level of this small banished building. From there we move to the eastern edge of the area, the next core found in a dungeon beneath this Forerunner structure. The entrance can be found just to the northeast of the structure. Inside, clear out the Banished and claim your Spartan core. The next Spartan core is found in the Banished Outpost, Horn of Abolition. The core can be found in this half-buried structure along the edge of the outpost. Enter from above to grab the Spartan core. The next Spartan core is found on the southern tip of this area, within view of the Banished AA guns you'll take on later. Note that I had already destroyed these by the time I recorded this footage. From the edge, you can simply drop down the cliff to find the core. The next core is found in the wreckage of this Pelican, near this Forerunner spire. The next Spartan core is found in the Banished Outpost Redoubt of Sundering, tucked away in this corner near a couple of ammo crates. The next Spartan core is north of the Redoubt, within this crashed Bumblebee escape pod surrounded by Banished drop pods. After that, the next Spartan core is found in the Forge of Teash, within the main building with the large crane. Head inside and find the core on the second level. The last Spartan core for this area is found out west from the last two, inside this Forerunner beam tower. Beware, for there may be enemies within. Once clear, collect your Spartan core. From there, we move to the next area of Zeta Halo, where the mission The Tower is set. This area has 8 Spartan cores to find, and we'll start with the 2 that can be found in the aforementioned tower. The first core is found outside the main tower structure. From the gravity lift, simply come over to this building under the platform to grab the core. The second Spartan core for this area is found within the tower itself, on the 3rd floor of the structure. Run past the path to the 4th floor, and you'll find the Spartan core. The next core is east from the tower, along the northern edge, within view of the Redoubt of Sundering. Heading west from the previous core, the next Spartan core is found in this open area, not really surrounded by any particular landmark. Moving over to the western edge of the area, the next Spartan core is found in the wreckage of a Pelican. The next Spartan core can be found on the outer edge of Ransom Keep, near these two large rock formations. The next core is found on the eastern edge of this area. You can spot one of the banished AA guns in the distance for reference. The last Spartan core for this area is found a small ways south of the previous one, within this large divide that splits the region. As usual, it'll be among a bunch of UNSC gear. We next move to the area with the 3 banished anti-air guns, which contains 5 cores. Starting from where your Pelican crashed, the first Spartan core is found on the wing of this crashed frigate. Moving over to the eastern AA gun, the next Spartan core can be found in a cave near a crashed Pelican. Heading north to the next AA gun, the next Spartan core can be found in a banished building just north of the gun. From there, we head west along the edge of this area to find the next Spartan core. You can spot the third AA gun from here for reference. The last Spartan core for this area is found at the base of this elevator that takes the player up to the western AA gun. Just look off to the side to find the core. From there, we move over to the last playable area, which becomes available when you reach the mission, The Sequence. We'll start along the northeastern edge in view of one of the 4 beam towers you visit in this area. The core itself is found among this pelican debris. Heading south from the previous 2 cores, we find the second Spartan core for this area. The same tower as before is in view, as is this spire. Moving west, the next Spartan core is found within another secret cave of sorts, a gap in the hexagonal columns that dot the landscape. This is fairly close to a large crevice in the landscape. Heading to the opposite side of the aforementioned crevice, the next Spartan core can be found atop this mountain. The next Spartan core is found within the banished Outpost Riven Gate. Along the southern edge of the Outpost, near this man cannon, we can find the Spartan core in this banished building. Head in and follow the path in the back until you find the core. The next core is found to the north, within the large crevice in the landscape, where it begins to transition to purely Forerunner architecture. The next Spartan core can be found in another secret cave, which is accessed from a couple of places. One option is to use the entrance along the northern edge of this area, which you can see here. The other way is via a large hole in the cave's ceiling, which can be found near another one of the stone Halo artifacts. Whichever you choose, enter the cave and you'll find the Spartan core near another stone ring. The next core lies to the west, in another sort of hidden cave within the hexagonal columns, not too far from a Forerunner beam tower. The core can be found in the remains of a UNSC camp. The next core is found at the aforementioned beam tower on the tower's upper level. Continuing westward, the next Spartan core is found within the wreckage of a UNSC ship, within view of the banished AA guns. The next core is a little ways south, among this banished encampment. Head to the back of this camp, where you'll find a Forerunner door. The room inside contains the Spartan core. The next Spartan core is found further south, within Annex Ridge, another banished outpost. The core is located in this little shed next to a large building. Heading south once more to another Forerunner beam tower, the next Spartan core is found under the tower's platform. For the next Spartan core, we head west again to another Forerunner beam tower. This Spartan core can be found not too far away from the tower. And our final Spartan core for this area and the game is found to the north in another hidden cave. Head inside to collect the core. And with that, you should have 45 Spartan cores to fully upgrade your Spartan abilities. These aren't strictly necessary to collect, but upgrading one's abilities can be incredibly useful, especially on Legendary, believe me. Thank you for watching as always, and if you're having trouble with any of the other Halo Infinite collectibles, Halo Canon has you covered with a full playlist. For now though, I'll see you all next time. First, I'd like to give a big thank you to our Horospis patrons. First, there's Hope, then we have Freight, Discombobulated Sycophant, Man in the Dark, Keisha Dila, Daddy Anarchy, Great Scott Productions, Jumpy Sucks Balls, Lone Ronin 117, Austin Cantrell, and Ever Corrado. Thank you all for your amazing support of the channel. Next, I'd like to thank our theoretical patrons. If you'd like to see your name here or get a direct shout out, check out patreon.com/halocanon. You can simply support the channel or get additional benefits, such as behind the scenes materials, including raw audio for upcoming videos, or even shoutouts like this. All patrons now get early access to certain videos as well, and your Patreon title will appear in the Halo Canon Discord. However, your continued viewership is more than enough for me. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and maybe even subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. If you really enjoy my stuff, turn on that notification bell so you can be among the first to see new videos when they release. But for all my fellow Canonites, keep on being awesome.